What's going on, too? How's everybody doing? I hope you guys are all enjoying your weekend. So, as y'all know, tomorrow is Super Bowl, and who y'all going for? Y'all going for the Rams, or you going for the Bengals, or do you personally not care? Me personally, I don't care for either team, but I'm still gonna watch it. So, we're gonna talk about how to balance being a truck driver and a parent. So, fun fact for those of y'all who don't know, Trucker D is a parent, and I have 3 kids. I have 2 little girls, and I have a son. I know I look young for my age, but trust me, I'm older than what I look on camera. So I know a lot of you guys and women, some of you guys say you want to get into the industry, but you don't really want to be away from your kids. And I mean, it's a sacrifice, you're going to have to make, especially if you have small children. If you have, older children, like maybe in their preteens, teens, then I mean, go for it. But if you have kids, I would say, under the age of 5, that's going to be a conversation you're going to have, with your partner or significant other, because I'm going to tell you now, it's going to be hard. I went OTR back when my kids were small. I mean, they still are small, but I went, when my kids weren't able to talk, so it was hard. I had to sit down with my significant other and my son's mother, and let them know, like, hey, I'm going to be going over the road. And, I had to explain that, to them. And I mean, when kids are small, they may or may not understand. All they're going to understand is mommy's gone or daddy's gone. But, that's just a conversation you have to have. Now, how you go about doing that. Again, I'm not trying to tell you guys, anybody, how to be a parent, because I mean, at the end of the day, it's your decision and you got to do what's best for you. But even if though you're on the road, that does not mean, guys, that you still can't be involved with their kids. Now, I'm going to tell you now, if you go over the road, for my new people, if you go over the road, these mega carriers, they're going to want you to be out minimum 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, or whatever the case may be. But the point is, you're not going to be home every day. Now, I have solutions, but you got to stick to the end of the video. I got some solutions to how to get around that. But if you're OTR, you're gonna miss, you're gonna miss birthdays, you're gonna miss school events. The point is, you're gonna miss important events, because it's not like when you're local where you could just quickly get off, because you might have an emergency. You could be on the other side of the country. So just put that in perspective. So parents, make sure, this is something you want to do. Now, even though you're not going to physically, be there to see your kids grow up or what have you, you can still, make an effort to be involved in their lives. You can FaceTime. Back when I was over the road, I used to FaceTime my kids every single day, multiple times a day. I would always make sure I FaceTime them when they wake up. I would always make sure I FaceTime them before they go to bed. So still make your presence. So even though you physically can't be there, still, be there. When it came to home time, the first thing I would do is, spend time with my kids, whether I'm taking them to Disney World, to Busch Gardens, or whatever the case may be. I would make it a priority, to spend time, with my kids. I would bring them, little gifts here and there. Like if I would visit a particular place, I would get them this or get them that. Now, of course, it's going to hurt any driver. I don't care if you're a man or woman. It's going to hurt you. And I guarantee you, you're going to hear this at some point. This is from an OTR group. You're going to hear, mommy, when are you coming home? Or daddy, when are you coming home? And I'm not going to lie. It's going to make you feel some type of way. It's going to hit a spot in your heart. God knows I used to feel that. I can't tell you how many times sometimes I would cry. Like after I would get off the phone, I'm not afraid of that. Sometimes I would have cried when I hear my little girl say, daddy, I miss you. When are you coming home? It's hard. So let's talk about if you want to get into the industry, but you don't necessarily want to be gone weeks and weeks at a time. I would recommend, you go regional. At least with regional, you'll be more involved in your kids' life. You'll be able to see them a lot more, because regional, typically you'll be out maybe 5 days and home for a 34, or you might be out for 2 weeks and then home for 2 days or 1 day. So the point is, if you go the regional route, you'll still be able to see them more. Now, again, you won't be home necessarily every day to see them, but you have more flexibility and more opportunities, to be involved with your kids. Now, if you do, local, or if you're out every other day, this is from my LTL people, you still have that, you still have the flexibility, to see your kids every day. Because I see my kids just about every single day, Now, for my Linehaul people, it can be hard because, as you guys know, we run at night, which means we're obviously going to be asleep during the day. So the way I balance that, I'm not going to lie to y'all, it's hard. It is hard because typically when I'm asleep, my kids are up, and vice versa. So the way I try to do that is sometimes I'll sacrifice some sleep and try to stay up and spend time with them. Because like I said, when I'm asleep, they're at daycare, and usually when I go to get them, I'm still tired, but I push through, I make it, make the effort, to try to pick my kids up from school every single day, give them a bath or whatever. That way, that gives me time to bond with them. Now, even though I'm home just about every day with them, I still don't get to spend as much time as I would like to, being though I run nights and I sleep during the day. But like I said, you can still make that balance. So the point is, sometimes you have to sacrifice your sleep, or, even on the weekends. Like, I come home, Saturday morning, and of course, by the time I get home, my kids are up, and, I'm exhausted because I ran all night. So I'll sacrifice my sleep, spend a few hours with them, wait till it's time for their nap, and then I'll go to sleep or whatever. But the point is, guys and women, you can still make it work being a truck driver. It can work, it's just up to you to make some sacrifices, to find that balance, and just make it work. Now, parents, it's not going to be for everybody. Everybody's not going to be able to juggle that, and it can be hard on your significant other, seeing as though they'll have, the kids majority of the time. And in a future video, I'm going to talk about how to balance that. I might even do something such as, I might have, my kid's mom, or I should say my significant other, I should have her come on, and talk to you guys, let her know, how she balances out, and how she was able to deal with me being gone on the road, and how even now, how she balances being, though, I work at nighttime. So the choice is yours, y'all, but it can work. It can work. I'll catch y'all in the next one.